Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to the SoulChow vlog. I'm your host, Chaz. Listen guys, this is my very first ever SoulChow vlog. Not really sure what I'm doing. I'm just kind of, a producer, my wife, everybody's just like, you know what, just talk about whatever you want to talk about. So, in the spirit of trying to create this global community, trying to create a better place, better earth, trying to be of service to people, trying to be of service to God. And quick disclaimer, I'm talking about the God that you're talking about. We're not speaking about one particular religious faith or spirituality. We're just, generalizing whoever God is to you. That's who we're discussing. So, that being said, when I was told, just speak from the heart, just be yourself. I think what I want to talk about is the idea of creating and giving. Creating and giving is something, that should be, quote unquote, embedded into our head, is to create and to give. In other words, the key word here is to serve. Okay, to be of service to people is to be of service to God. I was taught that, by my prophet, the Prophet Muhammad, who said, peace be upon him, that if you love God, then serve others. Okay, so this aspect of service is something that we should all sort of keep in mind. We're always asking ourselves, what is the purpose of life? Well, at the end of the day, we can come here on this earth and just consume. Eat, take, and consume. But, the truest measure of how productive we've been, once we leave this planet is what we've done. How we have benefited others while we've been here. A very key example, it's interesting because I had somebody over the other day and I was cooking up this crazy meal, actually a simple meal, it's just spaghetti meatballs, to be honest. And he was a young man. I'm kind of teaching him, coaching him about spirituality and such. And I said to him, you know what? God placed us here on earth to be of service. And I'll give you a key example. I said to him, okay, you see me cooking here, right? I'm creating something. I'm doing something. But while I'm doing this, while I'm creating this scrumptious meal that we're about to eat, right? The whole idea is to not make it look as if I've been here after I'm done. So the idea is to clean up, to make sure that the dishes are put away, there's no sauces lying around, the floor is swept, everything is done. By the time I'm done, nobody should ever thought that, hey, Shaz was just cooking here. Okay, so this is how we should be on earth. Okay, this is how we should be while we're alive. Okay, is that we're in the kitchen, we're creating something, we're cooking something, we're producing something that is, at the end of the day, going to benefit. So, at the end of the day, my friend and I, we ate something together. We shared, we broke bread, if you want to say it, right? And when I was done, the whole place was cleaned up. I'm a bit obsessive compulsive that way. I like to cook and clean at the same time, Like I don't like having, ladles and spatulas and sauces just lying around. Like, it's got to be cleaned up, okay? So if you're going to cook, you're going to create, you got to be good at it in terms of making sure that once you're done, there are people who leave it until the end, but as long as it's done, right, then you're doing it right. And the other thing that we want to keep in mind is that, when the whole idea about creating, okay? There are those who just want to be, that come to this world and they want to create and they want to serve. Because at the end of the day, when you're cooking something, you got to serve it to people. Even if you're serving to yourself, right? You want to serve it the right way. You want to make sure it's hot. You want to make sure you got the utensils, you got the napkin, you got a glass of water, the whole 9 yards, right? So being of service is to do it well and to do it with excellence. Because if not, right, you're just on the other side eating. And for most of us, we like to eat. Who doesn't like to eat? Who doesn't like to be served, right? But to be of complete use to society, the whole idea is to create something that can be of benefit and to give of yourself, to contribute so that others can benefit and others can, at the end of the day, if everybody's doing this instead of just eating, right? I think the world will be a better place. So thanks for tuning in. That's my little tidbit thing. Hopefully it's going to resonate with you guys, and give me a shout. Tell me what you think. Peace.